10 signs your dog is mad at you. Like your human buddies, your dog companion can sometimes become irritated with you. It could be anything you did. Perhaps you didn't give them the attention they desired or neglected to feed them at the appropriate time. The difference is that dogs, unlike humans, have a distinct manner of showing their anger. Here are some signs that your dog is mad at you. Let's dig in. Number 10, ignores you. This entry is hilarious since it works equally well for humans and canines. Neglecting someone trying to talk to you is among the most impolite things you can do. Dogs appear to have found this out over time by monitoring us. There are few emotions worse than having your dog turn away from you when you call it, even if you know it's on purpose. The cold shoulder is a tried and true tactic that works regardless of the species or situation. Another possible reason for ignoring you could be a medical reason, which is not always related to a behavioral issue or a failed conditioned reaction. If your dog begins ignoring you, seems off balance, and is easily startled, it can have a torn eardrum. But if you are sure that your dog isn't ignoring you due to a medical condition, try to use treats and toys to urge it to focus on you. Praise it when it pays attention to you and maintain eye contact. Your puppy will start paying attention to you and enjoy spending time with you while training. Number 9, long blank stares. Some might argue that a dog ignoring you can be entertaining. You're asking your dog to do something, calling it, or simply attempting to stimulate it in some manner, and it's just being petty and not responding. However, the dog is just sitting there staring at you. Not in a frightening sense, just a long, blank look. As if to say, I completely understand what you're saying, and on any other time I would react, but I'm upset with you. So I'm just going to sit here and gaze at you and willingly ignore you. Disses are the absolute worst. When your dog gives you a blank look, it usually communicates its displeasure with a specific action. If you observe your dog giving you a sidelong glance, yawning excessively, licking its lips, and so on, it can be attempting to communicate that it is displeased by something you did. These signs are also indicative of your dog's anxiety. If this is the case, you can attempt to calm it down by providing it with a treat, speaking quietly, or simply giving it some space. After all, we all need space from time to time. Number 8, doing something they know they shouldn't. You know when you're furious with your significant other and you order pizza with the toppings they hate? Or you do the exact opposite of what they ask just to be spiteful? Yep, that's the doggy version too. The dog wants to express its displeasure with you, and one of the best ways to do so is to do something that would provoke an angry reaction from you. It can be eating a pillow or ripping through the rubbish. In any case, the dog can be doing it to let you know that you are not its favorite person at the time. Number 7, indoor business. To understand this, you must first know scent marking and the wild side of animals. We don't want to get too technical, but if you get up one morning after screaming at your dog, or if your dog witnesses you being rude to someone it truly cares about, don't be surprised to discover a surprise in your shoe. Sometimes it's to assert authority, and other times it's to remind us of what we did wrong. But don't just assume it was an error. A slipper is a relatively tiny target. That's setting benchmarks and growing hatred. But it can also happen when you are not active with dog exercise. Try to keep your dog's feeding and walk periods as consistent as possible. It will help your dog become accustomed to a pattern. Number 6, seems lethargic. We know that this can be an indication of canine sadness or even disease, so don't think your dog is furious at you if it appears tired. However, certain breeds will behave in this manner on occasion. They won't want to go for walks with you, and they won't get up when you ask them to. While these can be categorized under ignorance, this goes a step further. Ignoring means that the dog will be interested in its usual activities, but not in you. In this scenario, the dog cares for none of it. If this persists for an extended period, contact a veterinarian. It's better to be safe than sorry. Another way dogs can show attitude to you is by rolling their eyes at you. When your dog gets frustrated because you cannot accomplish anything it wants you to do, it can roll its eyes at you. Assume your dog asks you to grab at a treat and you refuse. Your dog can roll its eyes at you to express its displeasure. Remember that dogs can be just as intelligent as people and can express themselves similarly. So the next time you catch your dog rolling its eyes, you'll know why. Number 5, rejects a gift. You know those times when your aunt hands you an awful sweater but you smile and accept it? Well, if your dog is upset with you, it can refuse to accept a present from you. It might be as easy as walking away from an offer or something more elaborate, like physically grabbing something in your hand and showing you how much it hates the gift. Your dog might even go one step further by immediately marking the present or going and retrieving an old toy to demonstrate that it does not appreciate your bribe. The best method to know if your dog is mad at you is to observe its body language. If you find that your dog's ears have flattened, this is a definite indication that it's annoyed. It can also tighten its lips, drop its head, or close its mouth when upset. But don't be concerned. Dogs are forgiving animals, and even a scratch behind its ear will probably soften it up. Number 4, they run away. It's unusual, as most cases of canines running away are caused by random events such as a door being left open or an animal being spotted outside. However, if dogs are terrified or furious enough, they are known to escape. Or they might not run away but hide in peculiar spots. When your dog hides from you, it might indicate one of two things. On the other hand, it might suggest that it's upset with you. However, it can also suggest that something else is bothering your dog. It is worried or anxious and hopes you realize this. Hiding is a typical sign of stress in dogs. If your dog intends to hide for lengthy periods, you may want to take it to the vet to find out what's happening. Number 3, it will be nicer to others around you. It's almost the equivalent of strolling into a party with a new girlfriend or boyfriend when your ex is at the same party. Dogs will often swap favorites depending on who shouted at them, who gave them more food, and who played with them in the park. This conduct is remarkably similar to that of children with their parents. If your dog is usually all over you but suddenly isn't, you may have done something to irritate it. When a dog becomes unexpectedly uncomfortable or irritated, it will do its utmost not to address these sentiments. Consequently, its actions toward you are the greatest method to know if it is upset with you. Reduced affection in daily life is a sure sign that your pooch is annoyed with you. Number 2, they'll slap you. Well, at least it's not ambiguous. Several videos online show how dogs get mad and literally slap people. People can be men, women, even babies and toddlers. Remember that it is not so much a slap, but rather the dog placing its paw on you to possibly let you know it needs something, or to let you know you are irritating. Again, we believe they learn this from either us or watching TV. You may not have paid much notice when your dog softly whacked you on the side of your head with his leg, but when this happens, recognize it as an indication that they are displeased with you and would like you to acknowledge it. Number 1, growling at you. Again, pretty obvious. If your dog is growling at you, you should assume that it isn't pleased with you. This could be because you're doing something it doesn't like, because it spotted someone it doesn't like, or because they feel impatient about something. Whatever it is, just give it a treat and try to soothe it, or investigate the reason for its anger. Your dog might be seeing something you don't. So, which of these actions you have noticed in your dog? Is it mad at you? Share it with us in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.